Hey guys, I'm Timothy. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time since I'm still, in the beginning this my YouTube channel. Today, I have a pretty cool video idea. So, this package came from Amazon today. No, not today, but some time ago. And I haven't opened it yet. I wonder what could be inside. I might have an idea what it is, but I'm not entirely sure though. So I'm going to unbox this and we can take a closer look. Okay, there's definitely there's something really pretty big in there. Okay, hang on. Just remember guys, make sure to cut away from you, because if you cut towards you and if you try to cut something and it might, jerk straight on ahead. If you do it towards you, then you're gonna stab yourself or something. Just a lesson, just a little bit of a mini lesson, something like that. Oh. Let's see if I can open this up now. Dude. Okay. Yep. I'm right. So, this is the Age of the Primes Wreck and Doom collection. Or subline now. And this is the first pack. So this is Spinister versus Topspin. It came. I believe it originally was supposed to come in August, but it came out way earlier. So here's the front. It may seem a little bit weird because to me it's the packaging art is faced opposite, if that makes sense. But yeah, here's Spinister and Topspin right there. Look at them doing it out. On this side, here's Topspin. On this side, there's Spinister. The top is a little bit of a more, kind of like a confined, more simpler image of what was at the very front. And on the back, you have these obligatory product shots. So here's Spinister with his Target Masters Singe and Hair Splitter. And here's Topspin and his Headmaster ability Freeze Out. Or, his. So, man, this is really cool. So we're gonna take a closer look at this. Oh. Oops. Okay, so here is Topspin and Sinister and Hair Splitter and Singe. And then here they are, the packaging. The back, I believe that's where their accessories are. And the instructions manual. Sorry guys. Alright. Let's get to it. Alright. Okay, so first up for this pack, here is Spinister. And I will say, I really like how he looks. I don't have the Siege version of him, but this looks really cool. I really like his design overall. And on how he looks as well. The colors work really well for the Age of the Primes subline now. I really like this magenta / pink right here. This really dark blue / indigo for the arms. And also this kind of shade of like black / dark gray / navy blue, I guess. Ooh, whoops. And his head sculpt as well. Really cool design. I really like how it turned out. That blue for the mask right here and his red eyes right there. It's just really cool. I guess there's only one complaint that I have. It's the rotor in the back. And it's probably because I've been playing with this guy quite a bit. And so it's like the locking joint that holds this thing together. It's not the tightest, but it does hold up. Like yeah, it does hold up pretty well. overall, yeah, he's just a really bang on figure. I really like him. Up next here is Topspin. Same thing with Spinister. I really like how he looks. The design is really cool, and this is the first Topspin mold that I have for my collection. And I also really like the colors, like this silver down on his thighs, part of his vehicle mode on his back. I really like the dark indigo right here as well, the red, just some banging colors. And I also like the head as well, the red, the silver, and the blue visor. The blue visor really pops out of this. And he feels really solid. No, very little to no complaints. Or no complaints at all for this guy. Really cool. Now, we're going to move on to accessories for Spinister. He comes with his wrist-mounted double-barreled weapons from the original. Yeah, he comes with his double-barrel weapons, the minigun, and this other dual-barrel turret. And these are directly from the Siege Spinister version from way back then in the Siege War for Cybertron line. The dual miniguns, they're in this like this lighter, darker blue and kind of a little bit of an indigo. And the regular dual turret, it's like the same black / dark gray / navy blue for this. And yeah, he can fire down the Autobots with these, and you can have him, or you can have these weapons put on his wrists, like they're shown right now, or you can stick them in his hands for, handheld weapons, or you can combine these into a larger weapon. Yeah! However, that's not the end of his accessories yet. Since this is the age of the primes, he actually comes with his target masters. Here we have Hair Splitter and Singe. Now to transform these guys is very easy. For Hair Splitter, just bring down the barrel like this. Same thing with Singe, just bring these dual turrets or the barrels like that down. And then you can have Spinister holding them. So you can use Singe and Hair Splitter to go firing down the Autobots and cause doom and destruction. So either he can hold his target masters in his hands, or you can have them combined like this, or you can have the target masters plugged in onto his wrists. It's pretty cool. It's alright. It's an alright look. But I guess for me, I just prefer to put these on his wrists and have his target masters in his hands. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Spinister's accessories. Now for Topspin's accessories, since this is straight up from the Time's Return version, he still has his double-barreled cannon guns. He can go like pew 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 firing down the Decepticons. And like I said, since this is Titan's Return, you can connect these like this, or something like that. I can't really seem to connect these, but yeah, these are how I believe this is how they're supposedly supposed to connect to create this quadruple barreled gun. He can hold it like this, For him to, you know, wreck and rule. I really like how they look. Like this gunmetal, like gray or silver, you know, really cool looking. I like it. Articulation time, starting with Spinister. The head is on a ball joint. Can tilt a little bit like this. Can't really look up that much, can't really look down that much, but can definitely spin left to right. There's a hinge on his shoulder right here, it can go out like this. There's an arm swivel right here. Double jointed elbow. I think due to transformation, yeah, due to transformation, there's a wrist swivel right here. If you want to count the back, you know, his rotor, it does, you know, spin, you know. If you want to count that for articulation, you can. There is a waist swivel, 360 degrees all the way around. His legs can kick up very high. Man, that's a really high kick. And then back to almost an equal range. Can kick out to the side like this. There's a thigh swivel, there's a knee bend, and there's ankle tiltage. Not only sideways, but you can rock them forward pretty far, and, well, not really back. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the Spinister's articulation. Now for Topspin's articulation, since he is a headmaster, his head is on the ball joint, can tilt side to side, look left to right. Can't really look up unless, I guess, wait, hang on, let me lift up the headmaster's legs a little bit. Okay, yeah, so if you lift up the headmaster's legs, he can look pretty high up and can kind of look down. There's a ball joint in the shoulder, so he can go out, go all the way around. Oh, same thing with Spinister, I forgot to mention that. There's also an arm swivel. There's a double jointed elbow right here as well. Unfortunately, I don't think, yeah, no wrist articulation. There's a waist swivel, 360 degrees all the way around. His legs can kick out to the side, can kick pretty high like that, forward, and can kick back to almost an equal range. There's a knee bend right here, and unfortunately no ankle articulation. But due to transformation, you can move his feet, move his toes, you know, angle them slightly like this. However, this kind of moves his leg back pan. Like his leg panel right here. I guess that's a complaint actually. But yeah, overall, really good. Oh, and if you want to count his, you know, wings folding up, that can be one too. So yeah, that's it. Alright, now it's time for transformation, starting with Spinister. Now at first, when I transformed this guy, he was really complex. However, once I got used to it and transformed him back over and over and over again, it got a little bit easier. So first, his arms, bring them up using the double jointed elbow, and this tab on his arm right here will go into this slot right there. Make sure this tabs in. Same thing with the other side. Make sure the arms tab in like this. Now, next step is take the rotor, extend it, make it straight, then open up this back compartment. Then you want to apply a little bit of pressure right here on his chest, and then bring all this out. So now you're gonna want to leave this as it is for now until we get further inside with the transformation. Now I believe, oh no, twist his body this way over to where the left leg is, And now for the left leg, you want to kick it forward, actually all the way up, so that the back end of his hip is facing forward. Then bring his leg down, and then twist, and you're using the thigh swivel to make sure that the hollow joints, or the hollow parts of his leg, is facing forward. And now for his right leg, just simply lift this up and twist to where the hollow parts are facing the front. Okay, now this is the part where it gets a little bit tricky. So you're gonna want to, for his left leg, open up this panel right here. Now this is the hardest part. So take his foot, and on these series of hinges, extend this back like this. Now, this tab right here where my finger is, it's kind of hard to see, but yeah, right here, that's where this foot is going to peg into. You may need to apply a little bit of force. There we go, until it's like this. Now, if this is your first time doing this, then you kind of have to fiddle around with it a little bit until you can get that to, you know, peg in. Then bend his leg like this, then close up the panel, then make sure hit this tab right here will fit inside a groove right here, like this. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but make sure this pegs in right here. Now for the tail rotor, you can peg this back down and extend this all the way. And then these tabs right here where Spinister's head is, they will fit right here. So this is how, like this. Then if you want some clearance, you can, hang on. Then for clearance, you can take the main rotor, then make sure these tabs go right into these slots right there. Now for this part, you're gonna want to twist his leg again, I guess in the opposite direction, then open up this panel right here. Now this foot it's a lot more simpler than the left foot. So then you just simply have to bring this back and then just flip this up. A lot more simpler than the left foot, where you kind of have to fiddle around with it. Then just bend right here, and then flip up that panel, bring down the landing gear, and then make sure his foot tabs in right here. Now, final step, there's a tab right here that will go into the slot right here where my finger is. And then there's a tab on his foot right here, and there's a slot right over here on his arm. So you kind of have to line everything up and then push it in. Same thing with this side. Make sure that these tabs and slots line up like this. Now here is Spinister in his helicopter mode. I really like how Spinister looks in his helicopter mode. It's really cool looking. The colors work well. The design, man, really cool. I don't know what to say, it's just really cool. As you can see, like this very faint Decepticon logo right here. And over on this side, you can kind of see the Mayhem Squad symbol right there. I really like on how the rotor can spin and without the blades, you know, going out of place, unlike the Combiner Wars version. And the tail rotor can also spin, and as an added bonus, the rotors are indeed shaped in a way where yeah, you can blow on the tail rotor and it actually spins on its own. I really like that. and this tiny little landing gear. Now, you can take his guns, you can stick them right on, like this, and take his target masters, and just stick them on any port that you can find to create this heavy army artillery copter. He can go punishing the Autobots in the air or on the ground. Just go, yeah, all that stuff. But yeah, I really like how Spinister turned out. Up next, I'm going to be doing Topspin's transformation. So we want to move the guns out of the way. So first, for, just for reasons, take off his head, and for freeze out, just rotate his head down or sideways like that and bring his legs down. Now if you want, you can bring his arms forward. Now here's freeze out in his, robot mode. Now for Topspin's body, first open up these arm panels like this. Same thing on the other side, open up that panel. Flip inside his wrists or his hands. Then you're gonna want to leave them open like this so that you can use the double jointed elbow to bring this up and close up that panel. Same thing on this side, bring this up and close up the panel. Now up next, head over to the back, flip up the cockpit. Yeah, flip up the cockpit. We'll deal with the silver section later. Then you want to disconnect, his waist like this. Then twist his body like this. Then you're gonna want to fold this down. And if you want to, you can put up the landing gear. Actually, don't close up the cockpit just yet. And right here. Then there are tabs on the arms right here. They'll fit, and using the shoulders and this hinge right here, make sure they peg in like this. Same thing, use this hinge, bring this down, and make sure they tab in. Now, for his legs, you want to rotate them like this. Now this part may be a little bit difficult for some who are doing this for the first time, like me. And this is actually better when you have the legs disconnected. So first you're going to want to open this back leg panel up, then bring in his toes to reveal the second booster. And then just kind of, accordion all of this. There we go. Same thing with this side. Flip up the leg panel, flip up his toes, then using this joint right here, kind of accordion this in. There we go. Then peg these together. Then right here, you want to connect these in. Then take freeze out. Just stick him right inside the cockpit. There's a way to peg him in like this. Wait, hang on. Okay, there we go. Then, there we go. And then you can take his guns and then just peg them like this. Now here is Topspin in his jet mode. Just like Spinister, I really like how Topspin turned out. He's a really cool looking jet. Super awesome. I really like the design, the intakes right here, the front part, the wings, where the weapons are. It just looks really, really cool. And I really like how the colors also pop in vehicle mode as well as in robot mode as well. Like the silver, the red, this dark blue right here, the yellow for the intakes, and this top blue part as well. Just really cool looking overall. I also like the quadruple jet boosters in the back. Really cool. Yeah, that's it. Unfortunately, I don't have Twin Twist, but I do plan on getting him sometime. But here you go. Here's Topspin. Alright, transformation back into robot mode, starting with Spinister again. Just remove his weapons. Yeah. Then untap his arms. Unpeg his feet. Flip up the landing gear. I'll start with this leg. Flip up that panel, bring his leg down, then unpeg all this. There we go. And then twist his leg like this. Now for his other leg, actually wait, before you do that, you may want to have to disconnect the tail rotor away, or this main part of the helicopter back like this, so that you have clearance to, you know, flip up that leg panel, then extend that out, close up the panel. Now for this part, you're kind of want to have to, you know, unpeg this and kind of, you know, fiddle with this a little bit. There we go, until you get the foot back into its configuration like this. Then twist up that hip right there. Then twist his leg like this. Now here's Spinister standing up. Now twist his body like this. Then, you know, unpeg right here. And then, you know, bring all this down. And then make sure the back, wait, hang on. Then make sure the back tabs in. Then fold up his rotor. Then flip down his arms. Spinister back in his robot mode. Now up next, here's Topspin. Unpeg his weapons, just so you know they won't hinder the transformation process. Untab his legs, extend them, and at the same time I accidentally pulled this back, but there's nothing wrong with that. Extend this out like that. Fold down his toes on both legs and close up that panel. That leg. And then close up the panel. Twist his waist around. Then open up this, take out the headmaster. Fold the silver part up, twist his body around. Then just bring this up. But first, you want to bring the silver part up and then bring his cockpit down like this. I actually didn't show this for articulation, but he does kind of have like an ab crunch for Topspin has kind of like an ab crunch, you know. Then you want to peg in, now back to transformation, you want to peg in his hips. Oops. Wait a minute, hang on. Oh, okay, there we go. Then you tab that in like that. Now open up the arm panels, extend these down, flip out the hands, close up the panel. Same thing on the other side. Oh, the arm panels already out. Then extend the arms down, fold up the hands, and close up the panels. Now, one thing I noticed once I got this guy is that the headmasters. So here, let me show you. And then for the headmaster, just fold up his legs. Here's Topspin's head. Now, I have noticed that when I first got my Titans Returns figures, I've been I've been, sticking their heads like this with the actual headmaster's head straight like this. However, I noticed that for Topspin in the packaging, his headmaster's, head was actually rotated sideways. You see something like this. You can see like Frieza is kind of looking out to the side. And that makes it easier to, peg the actual figure's head into, if that kind of makes sense. So there is Topspin back in his robot mode. So my final thoughts for the Age of the Primes Reckon Doom pack of Spinister versus Topspin. I really like this pack. It's just a really good one. Spinister and Topspin are really, really good. But for Singe and was it Hair Splitter? I mean, yeah, they're alright. But I probably personally wouldn't put them with Spinister, just because I don't know. It's just my personal preference. But for any of you G1 fans that prefer these guys, then you can keep them. But yeah, overall this set is a really good one, and I do recommend picking this up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.